Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind the Lens with Carole and Prash, where we strive to bring you bite-sized, topical insights in a box. Carole, what do we have today?
Well, actually today it's really a very interesting one because we're looking at something you wouldn't have thought of was going to happen, resentment when returning to work after COVID-19. And you may think everybody's going to bounce back to work. Well, first of all, they may not. Second of all, you're going to have some people who were furloughed and some people who weren't furloughed. How are you going to manage that mix when they come back to work? They're going to be different expectations on both. And one person who was furloughed, the person at work who's working at work in the workplace may have a resentment towards the person who was furloughed at home. So they may not, I say that really so, they may not welcome them with open arms.
Now, this is going to be a challenge and it's going to show up in different ways, whether it's overtly and consciously, or dare I say unconscious bias and some sort of other behavior that just starts to play out in the workplace. And obviously this can lead to all kinds of negative ramifications in terms of productivity, morale, disengagement from teams. The list can go endlessly. And folks, I'm sure you have your own list of things that could happen if this were to happen to you or you experienced it. What can we do about this? Carole, could you share some tips?
Right, okay, first of all, I think managers need to take responsibility for their managerial role. They're leaders, and we're looking to them to actually lead their organization. So therefore, they need to have what I'm going to be calling not a return to work interview, because some of those people may have been working already, but return to the workplace interview. And if they don't have the skill set to do this, then they need to get themselves up to speed, because this is an active listening role. Secondly, they need to be flexible. Some of their employees may not want to go back to work. They may be scared about getting on the train or the bus, and they really need to have that conversation. They may have got used to working at home, and they actually don't want to go back to the workplace. So they need to think about that and have that as an open conversation. And thirdly, they need to know what help is available. They may have an EAP in their organization, they may have employee counseling, they may have a mental health team or occupational health. Know what is available. The most important thing is that people communicate right throughout. So from the line manager to the employee, from the employee to the line manager. This is a dual responsibility. If the employee has a problem, talk to your manager, and the manager needs to talk to the employee.
Excellent, Carole. And let me just add to those. You talked about, and I think you alluded to it, I think we also want to look at different ways of work. Let's look at how we can expand the flexibility that employers are offering. So folks, maybe there are opportunities where you can still keep certain staff working from their current situation and then phase people back in. You may offer flexibility so that can be swapped out. And if there are certain teams or pockets of individuals where this could be showing up, you could deliberately make conscious efforts to have them working in different ways in tandem to avoid those conflicts as you start to phase back things in. So more flexibility. And the other thing is get buddied up. Find a mentor or assign, if you're a leader, assign a mentor, a colleague or somebody who can help each individual. Having a buddy system like that will allow a natural outlet, really, to what you said, Carole, about being able to express yourself, vent your feelings, share that with somebody, and a safe and a trusting way so that you can really let that go and then get yourself back into position to be more engaged and more productive. Anything else from your side?
I would say really it all starts at the top, but nevertheless, the manager is not a mind reader. If you as an employee have a difficulty, have a challenge in coming back to work, share it with your manager. As you said, you could be sharing it with a buddy as well. Totally agree with that. But actually open the line of communication, because that's what brings about a healthy workplace culture. Excellent.
I think that's it from me as well, Carole. Thank you folks for tuning in as always. Carole?
Thank you very much as well.
Folks, this is a hot topic and it's going to get hotter as times go past. So if you do have any questions or indeed any insights or learnings that you have that could help people, don't forget to share those so we can make sure that more and more people become informed and empowered along their journey. And until then, we will catch you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye for now.